Hey guys, it's Steven here. Hopefully everyone's doing well and maintaining social distancing. This video is a bit different than my other videos, but since COVID-19 has all of us self-quarantining, I thought I'd push out a bit of content so that you guys feel a little bit less bored. Many people say that their backgrounds in video games is with games like Call of Duty, maybe even things like Minecraft or Roblox or those kinds of games. Me, on the other hand, my backgrounds in video games are Geometry Dash and Osu. Of course, I have played other video games before then, such as New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Trials Evolution, and of course Minecraft, but I haven't played any games as much as I've played those two. As such, I made a comparison in my head, and today I want to answer that question. Which game's harder, Geometry Dash or Osu? Before we get into the topic at hand though, I think it's very important to note that I am way better at Osu than I ever was at Geometry Dash. Seriously, my Geometry Dash achievements, well really it's only a singular achievement, doesn't hold a candle to the quality and quantity of my Osu plays. As such, some Geometry Dash gods may disagree with what I'm about to say, which is perfectly valid. After all, this is an opinionated video. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. First of all, Geometry Dash and Osu, while they both involve music, are really not all that similar. Geometry Dash has many more obstacles, characters, and game modes than Osu, but Geometry Dash is a one-dimensional game, while Osu is a two-dimensional game. You might be asking yourself, Steven, what do you mean by this? Well, allow me to explain. You see, Geometry Dash may look like a very daunting game, but it really only has one mechanic, clicking. Twist it, turn it however you like. Geometry Dash only has one control. Your mouse, up arrow, space bar, controller button, whatever you use to play on, only has two states of being, pressed or not pressed. Osu, however, has a lot more versatility in its controls. Not only do you have to press circles to the beat, which is pretty much similar to the entire gameplay of Geometry Dash, clicking, but you also have to aim your cursor across an X and Y axis on your screen, thus making this game two-dimensional. Right off the bat, people might call Osu the harder game because its controls are more complex than Geometry Dash, and I would ask you to slow your roll, partner. Just because Osu has harder controls to master than Geometry Dash, that doesn't automatically make it the harder game. In order to really talk about which is harder, we need to discuss the levels themselves. In this respect, Geometry Dash levels and Osu beat maps are quite similar. Anyone can create a map and post it for everyone to see, but only the high quality levels get either ranked on Osu or rated in Geometry Dash. However, what's different are the kinds of levels that people are creating in each game. The Osu mapping meta is a long and arduous story that I really don't want to cover in this video. All you really need to know is that some, not all mappers, but some, create beat maps for the sole purpose of the people playing the map to get PP. For those of you who are unaware, PP is what the Osu leaderboards are based off of. The more PP you have, the higher your rank will be. This is where Geometry Dash and Osu split paths. In Geometry Dash, the main leaderboard in the game is acquired by getting stars from maps. However, maps can only give stars from 1 to 10 based on their difficulty, nothing more, nothing less. Furthermore, maps worth 10 stars, otherwise known as demons, can be rated easy, medium, hard, insane, and extreme, meaning that a level like this gives the same amount of stars as a level like this. Here's where things get really interesting. It turns out that there's a secondary leaderboard in Geometry Dash, one that is strictly reserved for the best of the best. It is the top hardest demons list. I'd be lying if I told you I knew how the point system works, but I guess whoever beats the most levels on the top 100 leaderboards gets the most points? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But anyways, it has now become an incentive for Geometry Dash players to beat the hardest levels out there, and they have done so successfully. Every single level that has been ranked as Demon by RobTop, easy or extreme, has been beaten at least once by someone. Whether that someone is the person that verified the level or a pro player, someone has beaten the level out there. In order to beat a Geometry Dash level, you need to complete it perfectly. You cannot die once. If you die once, you get sent right back to the beginning. However, in Osu, there's a lot more leeway for error. You can miss a couple circles, hit the rest of the circles, and technically you still pass the beat map. A comparison to actually beating a Geometry Dash level is FCing an Osu map. That is where you hit every circle in a map, regardless of accuracy, although generally the accuracy is supposed to be high enough so that the letter grade you receive is at least an S. On Osu, Out of the 20 hardest Osu maps by star rating that are ranked, only one of them has been FC'd, and it was with 97% accuracy. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that's great, but it's not 100% accuracy, which every single Geometry Dash level has been beaten with. Which leads me to my conclusion. Geometry Dash is a much more optimized game than Osu is, even after being released 5 years after Osu was. The hardest levels in the game are able to be beaten, while the hardest levels in Osu are not. Does that mean Osu is a harder game? I mean, I guess kinda. What we do know though is that the people that play Geometry Dash are much better at Geometry Dash than the people that play Osu are at Osu. I think the fact of the matter is that Osu is just too complicated of a game for our baby brains to comprehend. Take the other game modes of Osu, Osu Mania, Catch the Beat, and Taiko. The players that play those games are able to beat the maps given to them with relative ease. Does that mean that Taiko, Catch the Beat, and Mania are all harder or easier than Osu? Not necessarily. Osu, created by Dean Herbert, is just a game too complicated for our baby human brains. We can't handle such a deep and difficult game mode just yet. Maybe the aliens that come to eliminate our species on May 26th, 2021. Maybe they'll be able to optimize Osu standard, but until that day comes, we're just failing all the maps that are given to us. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap that like button because I'd like to hear your feedback. Also, this is the first video I'm editing on Premiere Pro fully, which is a much needed upgrade to Sony Vegas. Sorry if it's not edited the best. This is literally my first time ever touching the software, aside from that one editing tutorial I made, so don't be too mean in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time, see you later.